So long as the Lord God's watching over them, keeping track.
Purdue held its own memorial service for the iconic Neil Armstrong on Monday after his passing. Boilermakers responded with collaborative efforts and great respect.
We were coming back from our retreat this past Saturday, and we got news that Neil Armstrong had passed away. As more people kept talking about it, I realized, if this is something that students want, this is the time to act upon it. We're going to act on it now. So I grabbed the microphone from the front of the bus, and we began planning right there. We got someone ready to contact the band, Glee Club, ROTC, and almost had a plan set in place within that 15 minutes of the bus ride back to campus. Within an hour, I was already received a blessing from the President Sands. Right off the bat, we already confirmed that Purdue student government was going to be there to speak. The president of the university could be there to speak as well.
I want to especially thank our students for taking the initiative and creating this memorial service for Neil Armstrong. Neil served a cause greater than himself in life. It is fitting that your actions today have done the same in his name.
The success of this event really came from the motivation that students had to really recognize Neil Armstrong. It was not just students. We had overwhelming support from administration. People were excited to jump on board, to be a part of this event. And really at the end of the day, it was all about recognizing what Neil Armstrong had done for Purdue University and recognizing his successes in his life.
The first night when he passed away, I walked over here to his memorial, and I was blown away by the immediate outreach of the Purdue community. Same with today. When I first went on stage to speak, I kind of fumbled those first sentences because I was freaked out because how far back the amount of people were here. And that's something that really is unique to Purdue, is just the level of kindness and caring and dedication that our students have.
The event lasted about an hour while speakers celebrated Neil Armstrong's life stories from a small town to the moon and from ordinary to extraordinary.
He was an explorer who pushed the boundaries of space and brought a world together. And he showed us that if you work hard enough, you can accomplish your dreams.
It's an incredible story of a man who went from a small farmhouse to Purdue University. He joined Phi Delta Theta fraternity. He loved the fraternity. He delivered the exponent. He drove a tomato truck. Neil Armstrong went through Lafayette, West Lafayette, selling knives door to door.
The fact that he came from a small community and then made it so big at Purdue and was able to go to the moon, it's similar to my story, and it definitely made me more passionate about my dreams and just the fact that I want to stand up for what he did, and he's definitely a hero in a lot of people's eyes.
Neil is definitely a hero. Life and death is definitely a decision that he had to make when he chose to land on the moon when there was only a 50-50 chance of success. He definitely is an example for others to emulate in how he lived his life and in his sincere humility. And his legacy is timeless. Many of our students come to Purdue because they are inspired by Neil Armstrong. And his passing makes them think even harder about the reasons why they came to Purdue.
Neil Armstrong constantly reminded everyone that he was just doing his duty. And I like to think that his favorite legacy he left is the one here for us students. A legacy of humble inspiration.
I believe if Neil were here today, part of what he would say is probably first and foremost, thank you, this is way too much. But secondly, how about we explore again? How about we reach further out? How about we go back to the moon? How about we go to Mars in our lifetimes? Let's do that. We can do that.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Reporting for Fast Track, I am Xue Yu.